good fish. That's a stinking nice fish. Stay on. Stay on. What is up, guys? It's Thomas Massa coming at you with another Wannabe Outdoors video. I just got back from my 2023 trip to Minnesota fishing. Was unable to catch a muskie this year. It was a tough bite. They were in transition. The bug hatch hadn't happened quite yet, so they weren't chasing bait out deep, feeding on that bug hatch. But they weren't up shallow really either. The weeds were starting to come in, so there was some little males up shallow. We didn't really want to target a 35-inch muskie. It's not what you go to Minnesota for. So we spent a lot of time looking for scattered fish out deep and just couldn't make it come together. But I do have a video from last year fishing in Minnesota, and I did manage to get a day of bass and northern fishing in this year, so hopefully that'll be coming next week. But this week's video is last year's bass and northern fishing. We kind of hammered them, the northerns especially. We did very well using all bass equipment, actually, fishing for northerns. I mean, none of those big baits. We didn't have to use any actual live or dead bait like you do for northerns a lot of times. We were using a lot of moving baits, caught some really nice fish out of some super dark water. They look really cool in that dark water. Hope you guys enjoy the video. What is up, guys? I just made it to Minnesota and we are going fishing right away. I'm going fishing with my uncle and my second cousin today. We'll see how we do. This is just the little lake here at the farm. Relatively private lake, doesn't get fished a lot. I think to start out we're gonna be running the frog. I'm gonna throw a fluke on here. We'll have the walking the dog bait going there. It's a musky rod there. We'll have the Ned rig going on there. We've got a little rip and wrap type blade bait thing there. Probably not gonna bring the jerk bait. Super weedy lake and really dark water, so not really what you're looking for jerk bait conditions. But then we're gonna bring the swim jig too. We've got all kinds of stuff. I'm sure we'll end up changing lures a bunch of times just to figure out what's going on. We got really sunny, humid, rained about an inch last night, so I'm thinking the water is going to be even darker and dirtier than normal. Thinking that fluke's going to come through clutch for us if we can hook fish on it. I know it'll get bit, but we got to hook them. Catch you guys on the lake. You can go ahead and cast.
On the top?
Yeah, yours floats. We shouldn't end up with a super big mess unless I hook something, which I should be able to stay low. Oh, how are you gonna come up and just tap it once? Oh, he's there, he's there. He's there, he's swimming at us. Look at that, look at that.
You drag you break your line.
No, you don't break your line. Northern. Dinner. That's what that guy looks like, dinner.
We don't have our net.
No, we don't have a net. That's all right. I'll get him. Just bring him around the other side.
How big is that?
Not huge, but
Good eater.
yeah, exactly. That's what I'm thinking.
It didn't go through weeds on it.
Yep, it's got a bunch of, oh, you see that? One went after it. See if he follows it. A lot of times they'll figure out which way it's going over the weeds like that and they'll come follow it. I'm reeling pretty slow because I want it to get down there. Oh, one just hit it right there. See him?
Whatever, I quit. You got another one of them?
I'm done.
Yeah. Did you see how hard I had to set the hook though? That's how hard you got to set the hook.
That's what I was using.
Yep. This one's... Whatever, man.
I think this is just a little bit...
And you want to try to avoid the weeds if you can, because they will mess the lure up.
Whatever, I quit.
The clouds came over. That's what happened. The clouds came over and the fish started biting. Oh, that's a little bit nicer in there.
You don't have your drag set at all?
Nope, I got it locked down. I got 20-pound fluorocarbon on. I'm about a boat flip a 2.5 pounder.
Boy.
That's a pretty nice bass. Let me take a picture of that with you.
All right. They've got them
I
on.
don't have cable.
They've got them on Netflix, I think, too.
I suppose YouTube would have them on there.
Yep, they've got them on YouTube. Oh, I'm just crawling this thing along the bottom over there. Oh, there he is. What is it? Staying down. Another nice little pike. If I were to hook a really big one, I'd probably be in trouble because I have my drag locked down like that, but I'm not really worried about hooking anything giant. I don't know, man. I've gotten stuck in weeds before and tried to break this line off. It's tough stuff to break off.
I think I'm ready.
Holy! Did you see that?
What was that?
A northern? Oh, I got that on video too. He launched himself. I was hoping to get one of those on video because every year there's a little freaking northern that comes flying out of the water. I mean, he 2 body lengths out of the water, for sure a full body length out of the water. Them freaking things come after it, man. But that thing shouldn't be hitting the bottom here. It doesn't dive. It sinks, but it don't dive. And with as fast as we're going, I don't think you would have hit a weed out here. It's deep out here. Oh, there's one swimming at us. Oh, he popped off right there. Shoot. Dang.
You have one?
Yeah. Dang it. That was a little bit better fish, too. That sucks. He hit it and swam at me again.
Maybe I'll get it on the way through here.
Hopefully somebody will pick it up on the way through, although I don't know that he'll bite again. Oh, there's another one. That's a good fish. That's a good fish. That's a good northern. Holy crap, that's a good northern.
Look at that.
Yeah, so do I. So yeah, I popped my bail open. I'm gonna spin out here a little bit to get him away from the shore. Oh, he's going up underneath the boat. Don't do that. That's a little bit better one. See if we can swing him around over here. No, don't do that. Don't do that.
How big do you think that one is?
I don't know. 4 pounds, 5 pounds, something like that. That's a little better. I knew as soon as I set the hook, I was like, that's a bigger fish. Oh, there's a fish. That's a little bit better bass there. Yeah, there's a nice one.
How big do you think that one is?
Gosh, that northern is going nuts over there with that hook stuck in his face. I don't know. That one's probably 2 pounds. They're so chunky in here. I mean, absolutely just chunky fish. But yeah, he's probably right at 2. Nice little fish. Goes. Ooh, you know, nice. It's like this one. It's not quite this deep. That's a good fish. Northern. Not bad at all. That one will eat. We're not gonna have to clean any fish tomorrow. I'm just gonna clean them all tonight. We won't even keep any if we go fishing tomorrow. Oh, that was nice of him, wasn't it? Oh, don't thrash right now, buddy.
That one's a pretty good sized one too.
Yeah, there's a nice fish. I don't know if there's a measuring tape thing over here, but... Oh, there's a fish. That's a good fish. That's a stinking nice fish. Stay on. Stay on. Dude, this is a big fish. I can't get him back in. It's a bass, isn't it, too? Oh, man. Come on, baby. Don't get off. Yo. Oh, my gosh. That's a 4-pounder. That's a 4-pounder.
He's still there?
Yeah, he's still there. He's still there. Oh, come on. Oh, my gosh. Come on now. There we go. There we go. There's a little bit nicer bass.
Let me take a picture of it.
Yes, sir. Oh, let me know when you're ready to...
That one is.
How big do I think this one is? I'm gonna get the scale out
Did
for
you
this
see my one that had most? That was bigger than that.
Yeah. Yeah, that 5-pounder you caught was bigger than this one.
That was a 6.5.
That was a 6.5? Yeah, he ain't 6.5. That's a heck of a fish in Minnesota. That's like a 10-pounder down south. All right, we got the scale set. 0-0. He is, oh, he's not as big as we thought he was. He's 3 pounds, 3 ounces.
That's a nice fish, though.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is. That's not bad at all. Finally, let's go. That's what I wanted to catch right there. That's what I came to Minnesota for. That water is just freaking black, too. Out he goes. Oh, that's pretty sweet. Probably because on the hill blocks it over there, so it wraps around the back side of the hill. It's probably blowing the same direction all the way around. Up high above the trees and that hill over there. That's a good fish. I don't know what it is. He freaking hammered it though. He's not giant, but he's a nice one. Oh yeah. What a nice bass. Chill, buddy. Chill. Chill. You don't want to chill. Oh, not the motor, not the motor, not the motor, not the motor. Okay, good. I can't tell how good he's got it. Good enough, hopefully. Oh, yeah.
Is that one bigger than the last one?
I don't know. I think the camera's probably dead. I haven't checked it in a while. Oh, no, we're still recording. We're at 9%. Oh, yeah. Nice little one there. No, he's not bigger than the last one. He's probably right at 2. If that last one was 3.3. You stuck? Back he goes.
How long will that motor last in your battery?
This little battery I got it hooked up to?
Yeah.
I don't know, it's a ridiculous battery. It's like, I forget how many amp hours it is. It's got 845 marine crank hours, whatever that is in battery terms, I don't know. It's got 675, is that a O? CCA, whatever that is. Look at this right here, right here, right here. That's a little bit better pike. Holy crap, that's a good fish. I mean, right at the side of the boat, it was just hanging over the side. That's a big pike.
You have to release your drag?
Oh.
Where is that?
Yeah, I'd see, I've got my thumb on the... He's not giant, but he's a nice one. I know you're gonna kick again, buddy. Just do it. Yep, he does. You can see it. There you go. Things are ready to
We better keep them.
I don't care. Alright. You gotta help me clean fish then, Bryce. I got 2 knives. I got an electric knife and a normal fillet knife. You can have the normal fillet knife. I brought my knives with.
That's a nice one. That's a nice cleaner.
Yeah, that ain't bad at all. He's got some shoulders on him.
We'll keep them.
A little bit thicker. You want to put him in the anchor line up there? Wow, what a day. Unfortunately, I tried to get those other guys some fish. I gave them the same lures I was using. That shows you what a good rod and reel setup will do. Really, it was the rod and reel setup that I was using that allowed me to get that hook into those fish. I kind of want to run through some of the lures that I was using. I threw the frog for quite a while. It just wasn't the right day. There was too much wind when the clouds were there, and then the clouds would blow off and it would be nice and sunny and calm, but the sun was driving those fish down off the surface, and then yeah, the clouds would bring them up, but it'd be too windy for them to find the frog. I had 2 hits, I think. That little northern came clean out of the water for it, but that was about the extent of what I had going on the frog. I also threw the swim jig a lot. I was using a white swim jig. I used 2 different ones because I ended up breaking one off at one point. Had a northern bite through my line. Just didn't retie enough. You got to retie a lot when you're fishing with a lot of northerns around, and I just didn't retie. Lost a swim jig because of it. But I was using a white one with a white tail. I think I was using Saucy Swimmer and some Berkeley power bait ones too. So I mean, it didn't really matter. Something with a big paddle tail that thumps a lot. That was pretty much my main technique most of the day that caught me all of my fish. It was, I mean, pretty simple. Just a lot of weeds, vegetation, grass. Swim jig gets through them good and catches fish. Flat out catches fish. I was using the white because the water was super dark, so it helped those fish locate it. I think a chartreuse would have done basically the same thing. I threw the spinnerbait around a little bit. I didn't catch anything on it. Doesn't mean it wouldn't have worked. It just was getting caught up in the weeds a little more than the swim jig was, so I went back to the swim jig. And I threw a weightless fluke a little bit as well, and got a couple bites on it, but couldn't hook up. I think it's the plastics I was using. I was using some Berkeley plastics. They were a couple years old. They sat in a tackle box. They kind of dried out a little bit and got a little stiffer than I think they were supposed to be. I was having a really hard time getting that hook into those fish. So weightless fluke was another great bait, though. I mean, I love that. Love the action you get with that weightless fluke. It just wasn't doing the deal. The old swim jig was definitely the way to go. I was throwing it on a 7-1 medium heavy. Ooh, it's a 13 fishing Fate Black, I think is the rod. And then I was using 20-pound fluorocarbon and 7.3 gear ratio reel, 7.3 to 1 gear ratio. Speed spool, Lew's. Love the Lew's speed spools. I've never had any problems with them. I've got other reels from other companies, and I can't say I've had any big problems with any of the reels, but there's some routine maintenance that has to go into some of the other reels. I've never had to do any routine maintenance on my Lew's. They just keep fishing. Thanks for watching another video, guys.